Welcome to revenge with Arya. My sister lounged against the living room wall like a smug queen, legs crossed, eyes already gleaming with victory. Mom hovered next to her, arms folded tight like this was a boardroom showdown they controlled. Get your stuff and go, my sister snarled again. That fortune is ours by right. I didn't flinch. Didn't even glance away. My name is Elena Reyes. I'm 35. And if you believe this is just about cash, you're clueless about the storm brewing. My wife had been laid to rest barely 12 hours ago. 12. I could still feel the chill of the rain-soaked cemetery grass under my shoes, the sting of tears mixed with dirt on my face. They couldn't care less. Loss doesn't temper the avaricious. It fuels them. Mom flung a worn backpack at my knees. Your wife's attorney will hand over the funds to the real family pillars, she declared, tone flat like reading off a to-do list. That's tradition. We'll handle it, my sister chimed in, her grin laced with phony pity. You'll receive what we deem fair. Chill out. We'll look after you. I nearly smirked. Nearly. Because the truth. They were blind to it all. The $150 million wasn't fresh wealth. My wife and I had been fortifying our empire for years. Ironclad trusts, diversified portfolios, estates flipped into untouchable entities under Swiss law. And the chalet in the Alps. Already deeded, stamped, and secured solely in my name. Not a dime, not a stone theirs to claim. Mom clicked her tongue, annoyed at my silence. Hey, snap out of it. Move. I regarded them like relics I'd long surpassed. And in that heartbeat I chose my path. No fight. No please. That's what unnerved them. I strolled to the fridge, poured a coffee, and savored a deliberate sip, serene enough to make my sister fidget as if the balance of control had flipped. Mom pounded the coffee table. Are you deaf? We're not requesting. That wealth is ours. Your wife is gone. You don't call the shots anymore. There it lay, the core, not sorrow. Possession. They'd never viewed me as kin. Merely a vault ripe for raiding. I placed the mug down at last. When did I claim there was an inheritance? I murmured softly. Mom stiffened. My sister gaped, baffled. You calling us idiots? She snapped. We caught wind of the figures. Read the reports. We know she was loaded with millions. The lawyers will reach out. Assets will shift. That fortune will be ours. Ours as in collective. Not a doubt in their heads. Fine, I replied mildly. Then kick back and bide your time. Mom edged nearer. Cut the nonsense. You'll endorse whatever arrives. She figured I held keys to a vault or stacks of certificates. She assumed she dictated terms, but the Alpine retreat was mine alone. The blockchain holdings migrated, the hidden funds locked tight, the trust unbreakable. I pocketed my keys and snatched my jacket. Where the hell are you off to? My sister hissed. I locked eyes with her, ensuring my words landed. To ensure I never endure your condescension again. I scooped up my bag. Headed for the exit. Mom cackled behind me, a harsh, bitter sound. You think you can bolt? You're zilch without US. Zilch. I halted at the threshold, letting the weight settle. At how those who offer zilch think they command all. My sister piled on, dripping arrogance. You'll slink back. Once the attorneys clarify it goes to the family elders, you'll beg. So scram with your theatrics. We'll linger. I pivoted deliberately. Linger for what? Queried. Neither responded, clueless about actual laws. They grasped only privilege, not justice. Then my phone vibrated. The display glowed with the call. Geneva prefix. From L. Moreau, Atelier Juridique Zurich. My late wife's Swiss legacy counsel. Mom and sister craned forward like vultures spotting carrion. I hit speaker. Elena, Moreau's tone sliced through, precise as a blade. The estate is unlocked. All sealed. Per your directives, the proofs of the airtight framework are in your secure inbox. Mom blinked rapidly. Sister gulped. Moreau pressed on, no kin, no tribunal, no outsider holds sway. The chalet and fluid holdings are yours alone. I suggest alerting any meddlers pronto. I held my sister's gaze as I answered, noted. Thanks, Moreau. Precisely as orchestrated. I disconnected. Mom's complexion drained to ash. My sister's mouth quivered in rising dread. Now it clicked. They weren't awaiting riches. They'd chased a mirage they'd never grasp. I swung the door wide. I'm not the one tethered to this place. And I stepped into the night. The crisp breeze felt purer than any air in that toxic den. I descended the stairs steadily, for when you sever ties, there's no frenzy, no tremors, no fury. Just lucidity. Behind the door flew open. My sister charged onto the stoop. So what's the plan? Just ditching us. There, the ultimate ploy of grasping clans, shame. I glanced back minimally. You can't label it family, I stated evenly. When you only emerge for the payout. Mom shuffled out, burdened, as if the prior half hour had crushed her spirit. No more bellowing. She seemed terrified. Not of my absence, but of lost entry. Elena, she murmured, softer than ever. Don't render this permanent. I sighed. It already is. For here's the reality. They didn't shatter me now. They merely unmasked fully. My wife's counsel had executed the bequest. No gaps, no deals, no sway. My sister jabbed toward the street. Where to, anyway? And this time I truly grinned, the reply so elegantly plain. To the existence she gifted me, not the one you presume to rule. I clicked the car remote. Lights beamed in the gloom. Mom advanced one pace. Instinctive, desperate. Pause and reflect, she breathed. I shook my head softly. Ev. I yanked the door open. And for the first since the burial, liberty surged. I sped to the terminal. It was dreamlike, how fluid the motions felt, as if my essence had embraced the horizon before my heart mended the void. In the VIP suite, I perched by the pane as crews readied the plane. Attendants recognized me, extended sympathies discreetly, honorably, not like predators probing for scraps. I scanned my mail. Moreau had dispatched the files. Each clause bulletproof. Every shift final. My signature, mine solely, inscribed on every deed, every ledger, every global trove. Then I accessed the protected directory tagged Alps. Images unfurled. The vista from the deck. Crisp white peaks. Valleys unfolding like timeless sentinels. My tomorrow wasn't pending. Thrived already. Eyed my device once more. 32 ignored rings, 19 recordings. 7 notes pleading we're blood. Remember us. 3 insisting we misspoke. And 1 bearing fangs. Don't be foolish, you owe us. They're the essence. Not mourning, not affection, mere claim. And what folks demand unveils more than remorse ever might. The aid neared. Ms. Reyes' boarding set. I rose, composed. Not victorious, not ruined, just complete. My wife once whispered, some gates demand a thunderous close, so the reverberation warns against retrying. I stowed my phone. No chimes, no alerts, no regressive tug. And I strode to the ramp, toward a realm I forged sans their nod. As the cabin locked and turbines hummed that steady, assured growl, I released a profound breath. Not ragged, pure. I wasn't escaping existence. I was soaring to the one I'd crafted manually. Mid-journey connectivity kicked in. Scores more dispatches flooded, each viler than prior. My mother, we nurtured you. You can't forsake us. My sister. Fancy yourself tough? Wait till we drag Aunt into this. Then my cousin, the one who feigned empathy, dispatched 4 terms. You're lost solo. I lingered on that. Not from pain but revelation. They didn't perceive me. They eyed a dispenser with a heartbeat. And I grasped at last. Their bond was never bond. It was reliance masked as fidelity. I shut the display. The steward placed chamomile on my ledge, voice gentle. More for you, Ms. Reyes. Beamed. No, I'm truly okay. Beyond the portal, the heavens were obsidian silk, speckled silver, a void that sought naught from me. I reclined and recalled age 18, cramming in a diner booth post double shifts, no peace at home. Recalled 24, funneling funds, deluding myself they'd value me someday. Recalled 33 at the right, finally spotting they wouldn't. As vapors wafted below like languid tides, one notion armored me. I didn't forfeit kin. They forfeited me. We touched down in Switzerland at dawn's edge. Brisk dawn gusts, subtle pine aroma, tender glow brushing ridges like the cosmos side alongside. Moreau awaited at gates. Tire dossier understated poise. No chit-chat required. He proffered the ultimate packet. All documented. They can't graze a trace, he affirmed. I endorsed the certification, the closing formality. It spanned 12 ticks. 12 ticks to seal a 25-year saga. We motored wordlessly to the chalet. The fresh abode, my abode. Timber beams, slate roof, vines cascading free over the patio. A haven ignorant of my wounds. Within, the panorama bloomed vast. Slopes majestic to the skyline. I beelined to the veranda and lingered. No gadget clutched, no pings, no sentimental chain binding me. Merely hush. Then a tap rearward. A caretaker extended a handset. Buzzing. Anonymous. I sensed it. I grasped it leisurely. Hello. My mother's timbre frail. Not furious. Not hollering, just diminished. Return. I shut my lids briefly. Recalled age 8, her tone once sanctuary. But that echo vanished. And the caller wasn't phoning from concern. She rang for she'd fathomed the forfeit. I gazed at the peaks. Dawn igniting the snow like fractured jewels. I didn't roar. Didn't justify. I merely uttered, home is where I'm valued. And I severed the line. Not triumphant, not vengeful, but serene. The following dawn I stirred pre-light. No buzzers, no chest weight. Just the soft murmur of a novel spot embracing my essence. The range gleamed like forged aurum, tender, boundless. I brewed latte, flung open the panes, and lounged shoeless on heated slate as existence gently illuminated. My device rested inverted, not from dread of summons, but sans anticipation for any. Circa 10:07 a.m., the initial barges hit. Stranger digits, then identifiers. My sister, my mother, my uncle, then please. Ring us urgent. We misjudged, it's vanished. Converse. Mend it. We erred. They weren't atoning to repair. They atoned for the well ran dry. Riches eluded their grasp. And they couldn't function sans it. What astonished. No rush, no quiver, no elation, just insight. This wasn't vengeance. It was rectification. I ambled to the wooden pier and submerged my soles in the stream. To see keen, vital. Eagles from the firs dove near the flow, pursuing kin. How vitality persists, whilst mortals loop in stale anguish. I let the current lap my digits, then flipped my screen. One last from mom, return. I keyed deliberately, not wrathful, not sour, just true. Home isn't exploitation. It's adoration. Then I filed their chains. No barring, no erasing, just tucking their echoes in a compartment I'd shun eternally. I arose, draped a wool cape over my frame, and retraced to the chalet, toward a realm they never envisioned for me, yet one I seized at last.